Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. I honestly think today I had an incredible day. So incredible to the point that it made me think, how lucky am I to think and feel the way I do? Because objectively speaking, my day wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It wasn't something crazy, but it was something almost magical. There was this moment I had where I realized specifically how much different my mind works than the people that I'm around. I was at work and we were doing this event, and I was working this same event with 3 other people. And yeah, we had minor differences in our experiences, but we were all in the same place, seeing the same things, meeting the same people, and it was so wildly different for each of us. I walked away from the experience saying, how awesome was that? That was so much fun. I got to see some real love, some real smiles on some children's faces. How cool is that? It went as far as hearing some of my other coworkers say these kids were incredibly rowdy and their caretakers were barely watching them, barely helping us make sure that everybody stays safe. I can't believe they would do this. I don't know what we would do next time if they came back. And I realized in that moment that I walked away feeling great. And not everybody has that. Not everybody does that. And not just that. I've been using this level of, call it gratitude and confidence, to get what I want. One thing I've wanted most of all recently is to connect with others, to love on others, to smile with others, to laugh with others, to grow with others. And in everything that I'm doing, I've started to become more and more comfortable just putting myself out there, being social, saying hi, starting a conversation, giving a smile to see a smile. I met some really cool people recently. Maybe that's why I'm in such a good mood. In meeting these cool people, I realized just how much of a superpower that I've built within myself. Because yes, these people were really cool, but I also recognized that I have the ability to repeat the same process, to do the same things, and get similar results wherever I go. I could walk into any room I want, and I will figure out a way to connect with the people there, or at least one person. I don't need the perfect environment to make friends. I need any environment and people there to make friends. Granted, there's times it's easier, and there's times I feel more comfortable, but the point being is that I know I could figure it out if I had to, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful that I had such a great day, even though, honestly, I'm not feeling too great. I've had a cough for almost a week now, maybe even more, actually. I definitely think it might have been from inhaling a lot of dust and chalk and maybe even some mold, low-key. And if the cough continues, maybe tomorrow or Friday, I'll probably go to the doctors to see if there's something that they can do to help me to make this cough go away sooner. If it's something, inside of me in my lungs, it's probably a good idea to get that checked out. But anyways, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm coughing all the time, and maybe it also doesn't help that I'm not getting all the sleep that I need. But either way, I haven't been at peak energy for a while. But I'm not mad, because the time that I am spending awake is time that I'm spending with other people. That's so important to me. I really can't stress that enough. When I come on the show and I experience love, it's really just me recounting all the joy that I get from connecting with other people. If this show didn't exist, I know my focus would still be connection and love. I know if I couldn't make this art, it would still be to connect with other people and love them. If I couldn't exercise anymore, or at least in the ways that I love to, I know I would still be focusing on other ways to build meaningful connections with others. That's the goal of my life, and it's a really easy goal to achieve repeatedly, again and again and again. I could meet people, I could smile with them, I could love with them, and I got to thinking a little bit deeper about all this, and to say that I feel such a level of fulfillment in my life regularly that I wonder if I can ride this out for the rest of my life. And what I mean by that is, if I have a focus of growth, if I have a focus of love and connection, and if I have a focus of learning and adapting, those 3 things, could that take me to the end of my life? And the crazy thing is, I think yes. I think it's really that simple, at least for me. Because what I'm really just teaching myself is that no matter what happens, I can feel the way I want to feel. These days, I have less and less desire for my old materialistic desires. Like, I don't need to travel around the world as much as I thought I wanted to before. I don't need all the crazy stuff, the cars, the houses, the watches, the suits. I don't need any of that. What I really just need is friends. People to spend my life with, my time on this planet with. For me, that's the point. That's the plot. I think so many people spend so long searching for this lesson, that they find that they've wasted many of their best years chasing God knows what, only to realize that what they really wanted all along was right next to them, was right in front of them, was right underneath them, was right behind them, all along. Now, of course, I want more, because the more I have, the more I can give. And part of growing, part of learning, part of love and connection is having the ability to give to others. So I want to grow for that reason. But even if I didn't grow all that much, even if I didn't get more and more and more, with what I have now, or at least the rate at which, say, I'm making money right now, is for the time being enough for me to give. You'd actually be so surprised how little it takes to give. My focus has always been having the ability, having the awareness to give a dime out of $1, to give $1 out of 10, to give $10 out of 100, to give $100 out of 1,000, to give $1,000 out of 10,000. Because if I could learn to give a dime out of $1, I will have no problem giving 100,000 out of 1,000,000. And that's what I want. I want there to be as few barriers as possible to give. Because one of the secrets to living is giving. The secret to living is giving. Give more. Love more. Smile more. I feel like I'm ranting to you, and I'm sorry for that. Because it feels like a rant because of the look I have on my face. I can't see it, you can't see it, but there's a look on my face, and that makes me laugh just a little bit. But I think that's the exhaustion setting in, because it is super late. Anyways, I truly feel lucky. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I do remember, though, years ago, sitting in my room, crying to myself, wondering why I was so depressed, why I was constantly filled with anxiety and pain and grief and loss and loneliness. Why me, I was saying. And the shift that I made for myself was asking, why is this happening for me instead of why is this happening to me? As soon as I asked myself, why is this happening for me? What benefit could I get from this? Or better said, what can I learn from this? I began to flourish. I began to thrive. Life very slowly started to become more and more easy. And now I talk to people and they wonder about my mindset. They wonder about my conviction. Like, will I really stay like this when things get tough? And I could confidently say, yeah, because things have gotten tough multiple times. The reason people think I've had it easy is because I don't let the tough times get to me. I know the tough times are there for me. So when things happen, I get grateful and I get resourceful and I learn and I grow and I expand. If there's anything that I want to teach my kids in the future and the people in my life, it's that you have the power to become the creator of your own life. Life is happening for you. And lastly, I'd want to teach them how to be resourceful, because resources come and go. But when you're resourceful, you will always find a way to get the resources you need. Life is happening for us. We create our lives with our focus, with our words, with our minds. So I'm choosing to pave a highway to happiness and a dirt road to difficulty. I want to make it hard to feel upset and challenged. And I want to make it so easy to feel happy and grateful and excited and resourceful. The emotions won't change my external circumstances immediately. They just change how I react. And how I react will change my circumstances for sure. So if I could show up on my best foot every single time, how often do you think I'm going to hit a home run when it comes to solutions, when it comes to outcomes? Might not be all the time, but there's going to be a couple grand slams in there, that's for sure. So I keep going, day in, day out. And just like you, I'm figuring it out as I go. And that's all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. Until the next time you stop by, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.